All right, we will continue this transmission by suggesting that all of you become very comfortable. Relax. Relax your bodies. Relax your hearts. Relax your minds. Relax your spirits. Just let everything melt away. And as your music comes up and your lights go down, focus on the center of the holotope and let yourself drift into a new dream. But this dream will be a dream of synchronicity, of transformation. Cybo. Imagine now, if you will, in looking at this holotope pattern, as you allow yourself to become more and more relaxed, breathing deeply, gently, easily, and effortlessly. In and out, in and out, in and out. And as you gaze upon the center of this radiating pattern, light and sound, allow yourself to begin to slowly in your imagination, allow the pattern to begin to spin. A random spinning, pattern moving, slowly at first around in a circle, around the central point. Just let it spin slowly. Imagine it spinning, creating a random wheel of probabilities, random in its connection to physical reality. No one knows where or when or how it will stop. It is simply spinning in front of you, gently, slowly. Now and then, in your imagination, when you feel so inclined, allow yourself to just freeze it for a moment as if you took a snapshot and let it continue to spin. And notice that every time you freeze it for an instant, just an instant, in that snapshot, a particular pattern stands out. It may be a different pattern each time you do it, that's all right. Or it may be the same, that's fine. But just let it spin. Take a snapshot, notice the pattern, let it spin. Freeze it, take a snapshot, let it spin. Keep doing this whenever you feel that you wish to do it. However your imagination decides to do it is fine. If you want to pretend you actually have a camera, that's fine. If it's just something that you superimpose within your imagination, that's fine. Whatever works for you. And as you breathe easily and relax and focus on the spinning holotope, the spinning pattern of probabilities and synchronicities, randomness converted into patterns, patterns converting back to randomness, back and forth, spinning, clicking, spinning, clicking, spinning, clicking. Let the wheel begin ever so slowly to speed up, turning faster and faster at whatever rate you're comfortable, at whatever rate seems appropriate for you. And as you click and spin and click and spin and click, start noticing the different patterns. Notice if they overlap. Notice if they are the same. Notice if they are different, but notice if they are related. And as it keeps spinning and freezing and spinning and freezing and spinning and freezing, faster and faster and faster and faster, allow yourself to imagine that the same pattern comes up again and again and again and again. If sometimes it differs, that's fine. Pick the pattern you prefer. And when you pick a pattern you prefer, use your imagination to see that when you freeze and snap the shot, pattern is the same again and again. No matter how fast the wheel is spinning, same pattern every time you stop, again and again and again. And as you begin to repeat this pattern, you still notice the underlying randomness of all the shapes spinning past. But every time you snap that shot, you become more and more and more aligned and more harmonized with that particular pattern. It may change subtly here and then, that's all right, let it, but you still recognize it as the pattern that matches your frequency. Again and again and again. And as the wheel is now spinning so fast, faster and faster, that all the different shapes are almost imperceptible, and yet every time you freeze it, there's that pattern again and again and again and again. And you are building the synchronicity, building the harmony, the synchronization with this randomness so that you can always pick out the pattern that is for you, that you need at that moment, the energy, the frequency, the crystallization of that randomness in physical reality, revealing to you over and over and over again the patterns that are contained within the randomness. The patterns that represent the frequencies of your synchronicities, the things that are most meaningful and true for you, that can always be plucked out of the random background that spins. And you can align with this more and more and more in such a way, each and every time you do this, that you will begin to see this recognizable pattern showing up in so many different ways now as it leaks out into your life. And as you walk through life day by day, seeing around you what may appear to be random movement, random people, random events, and yet, click, there it is again, click, there it is again, click, there it is again. And it will begin to reveal itself to you over and over, whether through numbers, through events, through people, through words, through songs, through birds. Whatever it takes to reveal that pattern to you, to let you know you are aligned with your synchronicity and that it is expanding and growing and accelerating. Whatever it takes, let it come in all the forms and all the guises that it can. For it's the same pattern presenting itself in different ways, with different faces at different times, but always the perfect time. Always in perfect harmony with your frequency, your vibration, your synchronicity. Over and over and over again. No matter how chaotic the world may seem, no matter how random, there are always these underlying synchronous patterns that are there for you, and each of you has your own, and it is unique, and they all overlap, and they all exist. And by your frequency, can you pull out of the random background these patterns for yourself, and know that you are on your track, your path, the path you are, that you're aligned with it now, consciously aligned with it, never off it, just consciously aligned with it, able to recognize it, make it more apparent every moment. Synchronicity will abound, will grow. And as you play the game of Cybo, the transformational game of synchronicity that has served us so well, and that can serve you too, as a permission slip, as a doorway, as a portal, as an opening to the synchronicity within your mind, within your heart, within your soul, so that you may experience all that is in more synchronous, connected ways, and truly begin to see more clearly that all is one and all is connected, and all is here and all is now. Let it come to you in whatever ways represent the paths of least resistance, and go with the flow. Go with the flow. Go with your flow, for you are the current. You are the stream and the current within it. And you are that which is carried down the stream. Allow yourself to go where the current will flow. No resistance. Relaxed, supported, unconditionally warmed by the sun or cooled by the moon, under the stars or under the blue sky of your world. As the clouds pass by and the patterns emerge, know that they are all reflections and projections of your consciousness, there to aid and assist you as signposts along the path that you are, to let you know with absolute certainty that being yourself as fully as you can is the truest, easiest, most effortless, most joyful way to experience your lives as they unfold in perfect harmony and perfect timing. Amid what may appear to be the spinning random chaos of life, you will always find the patterns that represent your path, who and what you truly are. Let them come. Let them come. Let them come. At every moment where you find it necessary, acknowledge what you have instead of what you don't. Appreciate who you are, where you are, when you are, what you have in that moment. And above all, allow. Allow what needs to happen next to happen. And expand your synchronicity, your harmony. And allow yourself to see with more transparency the vibrational frequency of your core as it attracts and manifests exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, exactly how you need it, exactly when you need it, exactly with whom you need it. On all levels, be clear about your definitions of your excitement. Do not infuse it with things that do not belong in that definition, for those are other realities altogether. Each is a pure vibrational color in a vast spectrum, and each is its own experience unto itself. Act on your excitement for its own sake, for that is the truest form, truest expression of your core frequency. All else that is required shall fall into place. As the wheel spins, as you take your snapshots, the patterns will appear. The path will be clear. Live within the vibrational stream of your synchronicity. Cybo 13, transformation, synchronicity. The revelation of your true core frequency as expressed in your reality. Have fun. Allow it to be a game. Allow it to be a dream in which you can awake and understand more clearly everything that is relevant for you in your life, and let go of those things that are not. For all that is relevant shall come to pass, and that which does not come to pass is not relevant for you. Trust that. Acknowledge that. Appreciate that, and allow that. Live in the now, the beautiful now, the perfect now, the only now, that shall become another now, and another, and another, and another. Allow yourselves now to slow the spinning wheel down, even as you still see the patterns, so that even when the wheel slows to what appears to be a stop, it will always also be spinning. And it is just one frame of reference, one way of looking at it, one perspective, one point of view. But they are all overlapping, they are all here and now. And you can pluck out of that combined vibration that which is yours by the allowance of synchronicity that will be reflected to you by simply choosing to be the state that you prefer, your true self, your highest excitement, your joy, your unconditional love and worthiness and deservability, your self-empowerment. For you are all that is, seeing itself in all the ways that it can. You are all connected and you are all one. Take a deep breath in and make this your own truth, in your own way, and breathe it out into your reality. Take a deep breath in and crystallize this into your very essence and being, and breathe it out into your reality. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and cherish it, and nurture it, and acknowledge and appreciate and allow it to blow out and clean out and wash out all that does not belong to you. And allow only that to remain which is crystal clear and purely your own. And that is all you need to do. Just do your best. Live, love, and enjoy. Relax into your true nature, and all is well. All is well. All is well. Allow your music to soften. Allow your lights to dim, and remain in the darkness that is the void that contains all the random probabilities, and let yourself drift and feel the patterns coming to you that are yours, all the ones that work for you. And just breathe and be at peace and drift and dream and know that you are a new person in a new reality every moment of the now. Just breathe. Just breathe. Simply breathe. We thank you for the co-creation of this interaction, our deepest appreciation to you all, and our unconditional love, always. Pleasant dreams. Good day.
Law number 4. Change is the only constant, and everything changes except the first 3 laws. That is it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Every experience you have ever had, are having now, or will ever have, is based on a combination of these 4 laws to varying degrees. That's it. Now, the idea to understand, again, is that when you allow yourself to make choices, then your choices are based on your motivation. And your motivation is based on your definitions. This is the other way to explain the three-part process. Your behavior, your choices, are based on your motivations, your emotions, which stem from your definitions, which are your beliefs. So anytime you are making a choice, it is always because you have been motivated to make that choice. Motivation only has two parts to it. This is all there is to motivation. You will always, in every single case, you will always choose what you perceive to be the choice that is closest to pleasure and furthest from pain. That's it. That is your entire motivational force. But notice I said you will choose what you perceive to be closest to pleasure and furthest from pain. And that's where definitions come in. Because only as you define what you believe to be pleasurable or painful will you then be motivated to make choices in accordance to that belief. So many times you may choose things that on one level you could say seem to be detrimental or destructive to you, but if you keep choosing it, that simply means that you must have a definition in your belief system somewhere that says that regardless of how painful it is to keep choosing that, you are somehow defining it as being less painful than making any other choice. That's why it is so powerful to get in touch with what your belief systems are, because when you find out why you may be defining something as pleasurable or painful, and you change the definition, you will instantly change your motivation, and you will instantly change the choices that you make, because you're all motivated people. None of you lack motivation. None of you lack trust. It's just a matter of where you are placing your trust, and what definition you are motivated to act upon. That's all there is to it. This is how you simplify the things in your life, by understanding them from the base on up. From definition through motivation through choice. From belief through emotion through behavior. That's all there is to it, really. The final thing that we will be including in this toolkit is the idea that we have begun to talk about now recently that is above and beyond the idea of belief, and that is simple knowingness, which comes from the idea of surrender, letting go. Now, again, we understand that in many of the definitions many of you have on your planet regarding this word surrender, many of you will label this as a loss of some sort or a lack of control of some sort, and this is not the case. Surrender, if we may provide our definition, is the letting go of the concept of who you think you're supposed to be and actually being who you are. Because who you are is unlimited possibilities. And when you allow yourself to surrender to the idea and the experience that you were created in the image of the infinite, which means you are infinite possibilities too, then the physical reality, which is only a mirror, can then reflect those unlimited possibilities back to you in the synchronicities as they naturally unfold in your physical day-to-day life. So surrender is actually acceptance of your total self, not, in that sense, the forsaking of your total self, as many of you have been led to believe through the definitions that your world has provided you with that only serve to limit you. And this is what we want to share with you, and what we suggest you learn to give up, are those limitations. So that is really what we are going to be discussing in all of these interactions. Are variations of those principles. It will usually all come down to that idea. And of course, it will usually also come down to one other principle that is all wrapped up in this, and that has to do with being your natural true self, which in many cases is simply another way of saying follow your joy, follow your excitement to the best of your ability, because the sensation that you call joy, the sensation that you call excitement, the sensation that you call unconditional love is the frequency of energy that represents your natural, true, core, original self. So when you are acting on circumstances and opportunities that bring with them the highest level of this joy, the highest level of excitement, you are saying you have the faith to take the steps to act upon your true self, and in so doing, your physical reality, the mirror, will support you because it has no choice but to do so. These are the principles that comprise the toolkit of manifestation and change, and that's really all there is to it. You will see as we discuss the ideas that you wish to share this day of your time that almost everything you have to share will come down in one way, shape, or form to these ideas, if they has to do with the idea of your own personal growth and your own personal life and the expression of who and what you are. So, with all of that in mind, we once again thank each and every one of you for the opportunity to receive the gift of this sharing from you. And in return for this gift, I ask you now, in what way may I and my world be of service to you? You may begin with sharing in any manner you so desire.